Thank you, Mr. Lazzarini. Abdul Hamid Sayan from the Arabic Daily Al-Quds Al-Arabi. Many of the questions I want to raise had already been raised, especially asking you to resign by Danny Danon. And my question is about the day after. Are you prepared to put a plan to cover the shortages in financial support to UNRWA once we see the new administration cutting off completely the support for UNRWA, and of course some of the Israeli supporters also might do the same. So what is your plan to fill the gap in the budgetary crisis you might be facing? And my second question, would that affect the operation of UNRWA in the other duty stations like Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria? How is the operation will be affected by this Israeli decision? Thank you.
Thank you. My first objective right now is to safeguard the agency and its ability to operate through a number of, I would say, political, diplomatic intervention, because we have to, and that was my ask to the member states, use all your influence to make sure that these laws are not implemented. And once these laws are put on hold, to shield the role of the agency in any political transition. But at the same time, you're right, and haven't talked about finance. You were used to hear me talking about finance until now, but our financial situation remains very dire. I still do not have the funding to end the year, so I still have 45 days to find the financial support to be able to pay the salary of our 30,000 staff across the region. Now, the beginning of next year, the expectation, the forecast is grim, because the main donor, which has been the United States, used always to contribute at the beginning of January and help the agency to go through the first quarter. This year, we won't have a contribution of coming from the US. Anyway, as you know, contributions have been frozen minimum until March next year, and indeed we have absolutely no indication that they will resume anytime soon. Then we have also a number of donors who are going through austerity budget in Europe, which will also impact the level of contribution to the agency. So I'm particularly indeed concerned about the financial situation as from the end of the year and beyond. Now, how is this legislative text impacting the neighboring country? It's not impacting the neighboring country because it does not apply to the neighboring country. But there can be some side effect. It all depends on how donors countries react in the future. If they have the feeling that the agency cannot operate anymore in Gaza and in the West Bank, will they still continue to contribute to the agency while the agency maintains full activity in the neighboring countries? I hope so. We aim at that, but I cannot answer with certainty.